Good afternoon, everybody. It's Friday afternoon. It's 118 degrees down here in Arizona, and I'm in a Holdem tournament. This is a 280 players. We're down to 37. The bubble is at 36. I entered at the last minute, and I've been fortunate to double up a couple times. But you're going to see the splash of chips on the table here in a second as we make it to the money. This is a low. This is an 11-cent tournament. It costs 11 cents to get in, and minimum pay is 21 cents. The winner is going to get $6.09. But one of the things that has kind of bothered me from the beginning here at America's Card Room is that they have so darn many levels of late registration. Uh, this tournament's been going on for 3 hours. I've probably been playing an hour, and the reason that the casinos do these late entry things is so they can guarantee a certain amount for in prizes. Well, they've maybe when they set up these levels, these multi-level tournaments, they weren't getting a good turnout. But this is a $15 guaranteed tournament, and the prize pool is up to $28.90. So um, the, I guess it just seems to me that these tournaments should take less time. But in any case, here we are. I've made it to the money. There we go. Um, I'm in the first position with a 7-2. I'm going to fold. Um, and like I say, I've made 21 cents. The top prize is $6.09. So I'm probably not going to screw around. I mean, I'd like to make it to the final table. I'd like to win it, but just for comparison purposes, before I was playing this, I was playing in a 1 cent, 2 cent cash game. I bought in for $2 and I played for maybe a half hour or 45 minutes, and I got lucky. I got it up to like $8.60. So in any case, I really like America's Card Room, and I started really small, and I'm going to start working my way up into more expensive tournaments as I get a better handle on the platform here. I'm still really lost with the new platform that they came out with a few days ago. Um, and, and yeah, it's just there's so many variables in looking at the tournaments, and one of the things that is really puzzling to me is the private tournaments. There's a guy Benz. He has a bunch of private tournaments, and I played in one the other night. Maybe it was last night. Um, but the software, I couldn't figure out what was going on. I bought into the tournament. I was placed at a table. I never saw any cards, but two players at the table had one card showing, and I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. Well, apparently I should have signed off and signed back on because apparently the software froze. But in any case, I was sitting there watching Ben's uh, on his Twitch platform, and he's playing slot machines, and meanwhile I'm just sitting here at a table waiting for something to happen. Well, after after a good 2 hours, all of a sudden my table started going again. I started being dealt cards, but I was down to 2,000 chips, like one big blind. And in any case, I busted out. I don't know, what even the prizes were in that tournament, but like I say, I'm having a hard time navigating my way around this new platform. But once I get to the table like I am here, I'm good. But even looking at all the statistics for this tournament, it's confusing. Uh, the next break is in 48 minutes. I presume that this tournament's going to last another 48 minutes. But we're down to 35 players, and I'm in 22nd. That's what really matters. So anyway, I'm gonna kind of leave all that in the background here and just kind of concentrate on what I'm doing here. I was on the button here, and I had an 8-10 offsuit, and naturally I folded. Anyway, now I have a 6-8 suit. Um, there's only 6 players at this table, but I'm going to fold. I'm looking for something a little bit better. I've got 17 big blinds and 618,000 chips. And getting back to the money, 21st pays 24 cents. So, it's, I tell you, well, like I say, I have to hand it to America's Card Room. They've got all these micro stakes, and I could be playing in bigger tournaments, and I will. Um, when I get a little more comfortable, I was just about comfortable with America's Card Room when they changed up the software, and I don't know how other people are getting along with it, but I'm still having a real hard time figuring out, what tournaments are where and so forth. I've got a 9-10 suited. This is what Phil Hellmuth busted out of the World Series of Poker with. I'm going to call and just see what happens. Phil uh, flopped 2 pair. He had there was an ace 9-10, and now I flopped. I'm going to bet the pot here. I've got. I don't have an ace, but I've got the second top pair and a 4 flush. So anyway, I guess Phil wished his flop would have been the same, but Rigby got flopped 2 pair aces and 10s when Helmuth had 10s and 9s, and ultimately Helmuth ended up going all in, and Rigby, dirty diaper, called him and knocked him out of the tournament. I've seen some pretty crazy things going on at the World Series of Poker. In the final table, guys with funny glasses. Some guy has a camera in each corner of his eyeglasses. I don't know what that's all about, but I would think that. And plus, the guy was wearing earbuds, so I mean, there's no telling where that camera feed went to. And was he getting advice? I don't really know. But I thought it was just unbelievably strange that this would show up at the final table in the World Series of Poker. I presume we're going to have some rules about it, because apparently there was nothing wrong with somebody wearing glasses like that. Another guy had some other funny glasses too. So anyway, like I say, I don't know any more than these brief reports that of what's happened, and there's no, I don't know what the World Series of Poker's stance has been, but anyway, now I've got a King 8 suited. I'm in the first position. Um, I'm going to give this a call. I'm down to 18 big blinds, and now I've got the top pair of an 8, which is I'm gonna bet the pot. There's only 2 players, and so I take it down. Good. I'd like to get to the final table, and I mean, I always want to get to the final table and win all these tournaments. Now I've got a 4 flush again. Um, I think I'll just check. I'm in the small blind. I mean, the big blind. This guy's raising. He's betting 3 times the big blind. I'm going to call. And what do you know? There's my nut flush. I'm going to check again. And hope he bets. I'm going to raise. I have to raise here. I'm going to bet half the pot. I got notes on this guy. He's pretty aggressive. Um, but he folded. Yeah, he had position on me, so I mean that was my last chance to really raise. Um, and now here I'm in the small blind with an 8-7 of clubs. I'm gonna call Mr. Brown here. He goes. My note on him is he goes all in with an ace K suit, and well, now that flop didn't help me any. So it's advantage to the big blind. Well, I'm certainly not going to bet into that. Sometimes you just hope the other guy bets so you can just fold and get on to the next hand. That's what I mean about those suited connectors. 9, 10, 6, 8, whatever. You can look really silly after a flop, or you can look really good. But in any case, I'm at 17th out of 28 positions now, so I have to play here in order to uh, to improve. And we're down to 28. So like I say, the prize money went from 21 to 24 cents. And even if I win this tournament, it's only $6.08. So anyway, but it's the competition. It's I played a lot of tournaments at uh, Poker Stars for play money, and I started with 200,000 free chips. I never bought any, and my bank account is over there is 110 million. So I'm trying to do the same thing over here, but I wanted to get used to playing here. And like I say, I was just about used to it when they changed the software. It doesn't change how the game plays, but where the statistics are, the break time, the time between the next level. I called with an ace nine. These guys are both in, so I'm going to fold. I've had really good luck with ace nine. I've got a tournament on here that I won 12.8 million chips in the biggest Poker Stars tournament I ever won. And I had an ace nine. I believe I ended up with aces full of nines. I also ended up with quad aces in that tournament. Um, and I won the final hand with aces and queens. And you won't hear me on that recording. It's the people from Poker Stars. It's the same ones you hear on the TV uh, uh, recorded tournaments. They came in and made commentary on this tournament that I won, and I didn't know they were going to do it, but they did it, and they sent me a link to it, and so I've got that up here on my YouTube channel a couple times. Now I'm in first position with a king deuce. I'm going to fold that. I kind of like a king deuce suited, but not in the first position. And especially not with a mid flop like that. Just before this tournament, I started recording this tournament. We were on a 5 minute break, and I was watching. I started watching a video on Twitter about three guys at the. I believe it's the final table at the World Series of Poker. One had queens, one had kings, and one had jacks. And I'm going to call this. I'm in the big blind. I'm half in, and I don't know how it happened, but anyway, they all went all in, and um, as soon as this tournament is over, for me, I will go find out what happened. But the guy with the three with the pair of kings, he led off, and he made a pretty substantial bet. I believe the guy with the queens, I can't remember whether he called or raised. But anyway, the guy with the jacks thought about it for a while, and then finally he just pushed them all in. And the kings followed along with the queens, and they all stood up for the showdown. And this tournament came back live, so I stopped the video. But anyway, there's a lot of exciting things happening at the World Series of Poker right now. They've been at it for 10 days. And it's almost as hot in Las Vegas as it is here in Arizona. Of course, those guys are, inside the casino, and they probably don't even go outside. They go from the table to their hotel rooms, and they probably don't even go outside. This video is 19 and a half minutes. Um, this tournament's been going on for 3 hours and 16 minutes. I mean, if you figure it's going to last 4 hours and the first prize is $6.09, that's $1.50 an hour. I mean, that is not wages, folks. But I'm playing these micro tournaments, like I say, because I want to get a feel for America's card room. I've read a lot of negative things on the internet about uh, America's card room, but I don't really believe it. I mean, I've had some really bad beats, but I mean that happens. Um, and with so many tournaments going on, I just really can't see that America's card room anybody would have the incentive to cheat in one of these small games. It just doesn't make sense. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. It's I've had some bad beats. I've made some bad beats. I've been on both sides of the bad beat department. That's poker. Well, Soul Seeker's out the door. Okay, I've got a 6-7 offsuit. I'm gonna fold this table. Okay, here we go. They just filled up this table again. As the number of players go down, they consolidate the tables. And King 9 in the first position. I'm gonna fold. Let me go around the table here. This guy's from United States. My note on him is he goes all in with an ace king suited. Um, this guy's from the United States. I don't have any notes on him. This guy's from the United States. This guy's from Guatemala, and he's a flush chaser. And he'll go all in chasing a flush. This guy is from the United States. Family guy's from the United States. And Night Copper is from the United States. My note on him is he goes all in with the Jack Jack, and he just calls with a 7-7. I'm not sure, but I think when I first joined this tournament, I was really short stacked, and I went in. I went all in about 4 times in a row. Um, one of those times I had aces and I got called. And I mean, in every time I go all in, I mean, I've got some good cards. But if you're watching now, but I've got a 3-5 suited in the big blind. It's going to cost me one big blind to call. Why not? I hit a pair of fives, and I'll check my fives. I'm 19th out of 24 players. Um, I'm going to fold simply because I don't know how this Marcellus plays. He could have made a minimum bet with a pair of aces. I don't really know. Anyway, I had a pair of fives, and I just didn't feel comfortable spending any more money on it. Now I'm in the small blind with a queen jack off suit, and unless somebody raises, I'll call. I might even put a small raise on McBrown here. I'll just call. Oh, yeah. Well. That's a bad flop for a queen jack. And I'm going to fold. Well, maybe I should have called. I'm down to 11 big blinds on the button with a king 4. I'm going to do a raise half the pot. Some people say that when you're short stacked, you go all in with any king or any ace, but in my case, just a little over the minimum raise worked. Sometimes a minimum raise or a little bit bigger is less likely to get a call than an all in, because people bluff with all in bets. Like here we go. Pair of fours versus an 8-8. Ace 8. Fours are a winner. Yeah, this guy that just chased that, he's a flush chaser. Go all in with a flush. So, I mean, that's not the kind of guy you want to bluff. Yeah, I said it's 118 degrees down here today. It's going to be 123 tomorrow. I'm limping along with a swamp cooler. It's 90 degrees here at my desk where I'm playing. I'll probably have the air conditioner on tomorrow. Oh boy, what do you do with a pair of deuces? Um, I'm going to raise half the pot. A little bigger than a minimum raise. These guys all have me covered. And this guy's putting me all in. So, yeah, I'll call. Ace king against three deuces. Three deuces against a king. What do you know? Well, I don't blame him for going all in. And, once I made any kind of a bet with my deuces, I was committed to go all in. So, up to 25 big blinds, 1.5 million chips. I'm now in 10th place. So the odds of me getting to the final table are much better. Well, now this guy he goes all in with an ace king suited. So I won't be calling with a king 3. I hope somebody else calls him though, because At this point, I want to see other people get knocked out. See, now being in 10th place, um, I have time and chips on my side, so I can pick and choose which cards I play. And we're down to 22 players. We'll be down to 16 before long, and before that, we'll be playing shorthanded. Although it's amazing, you'd think players would be dropping out left and right at this point, but you really aren't. I see I'm up to 13th place already. Fortunes are shifting at these tables. I've got a raise and a call. I'm going to fold my queen six suited. Oh boy, that was tough. King Jack beat King 10. I've got King 9. What does that say to me? Tells me I'm not. I'm going to fold it, even though I'm in a good position at the table. Um, the first guy raised or called, and 20th place in this tournament pays still pays 24 cents. So I'm really in this for the bragging rights. Like to get on a heater. I'm at 1.4 million. If I can double up, I'll go from 10th to 5th place. I'd feel better in 5th place than I would do at 10th. But you got to get to 7th or better to make more than a dollar. This may be my last micro stakes tournament. I was able to buy some crypto and send it to America's Card Room, and so I've got about $85 in my account. I can start playing in some $5 and $6 tournaments where the prize gets up there, into the hundreds. And Actually, I would be doing that now, except they changed the software. Now, I had a king five suited, even with a pair on there. I'd like to be in with a four flush with a king high flush draw. Although I have two rules in poker: never slow play aces, and don't chase after a flush or a straight if there's a pair on the board. Yeah. Um, I just seen too many people slow play aces, you know, only to get beat by somebody that called with cards they wouldn't have called if they would have gone all in. And anytime there's a pair on the board, you have to consider the fact that somebody could have a full house. So if you're drawing for a flush or a straight, you could be drawing dead, and you don't want to do that. Well, now I've got an ace five. I'd rather have an ace five than an ace seven, but I'm still in 10th place. I'm looking for something a little bit bigger, and I'll fold this. Everybody at the table, other than this guy that just got here, has me dominated in chips. Now, how does that work? You know, there's my ace seven. I'm 10th to 17th, and all the all the players except one have more chips than me. That just doesn't seem fair. But anyway, I'm kind of glad I didn't call with my ace seven, especially now with that flop. But B McD is all in. And my notes on him is he's a bluffer. He just got to this table, but I played with him before, and that was my note on him. He's a bluffer. Okay, now we're down to 16 players, and we're down to two tables, two full tables, and the 16th place, 15th place pays 39 cents. So I'm going to at least triple my money here. Oh boy. Uh, yeah, with this guy sitting out, I'm going to call. I'm going to give this a call. Hope nobody raises and I get a good flop. That's not a good flop. Uh, right now, I see the advantages to the big blind. Um, I have two overcards, but I'm going to fold. I guess maybe I should have raised. And that's what I'm going to do this time. I have a king jack. They're not suited, but I'm going to raise. Oh no, there's another flop that favors the blinds. I have to check. Oh boy, why would? Oh, okay. Well, this guy bet. I have an inside straight draw, but there's a possible flush there. I can't call this. Florida Joe's on a roll. I'm still in 10th place. It's hard to believe. Oh, Florida Joe is really on a roll. The good news is 15th place pays 39 cents. So we're moving up there. Oh, look at this. Man, that Ace King is going to lose to a. No. By golly, the A6 had him, but there's a word for that when you're two pair on the board beats your pair. I can't think of what the name of it is. But he's pissed and he's going all in, so I'm going to fold. Down to 14 big blinds. Got a 2-9 offsuit in the small blind. All I can do is fold. I'd fold that even if nobody raised. I, I thought I was recording a tournament a couple days ago, and I was recording the silly side panel here that shows what the prize pool is and who the top players are, when the next break is, and so forth. I I don't know how I did that, and I sure hope I'm not doing that now. Well, oh boy, sixes against aces. Oh, there it is. Three sixes. Three sixes beats three aces. I'll make a note of that. Oh, and ace, ace. That's the bad beat that people talk about, and it happens. It happens more often than you might think. this scoreboard says I'm in 13th of 15th, whereas the other scoreboard says I'm 11th of 15th. Like I've made, they had this problem with the software before. These two figures should be coming from the same place, and they aren't, obviously. So, I'm not a programmer, but I've worked with programmers. I developed some websites, and there's some little things that kind of irritate me. And but all things considered, it's not my card room. But I'm under 1 million chips now. I'm 11th out of 14th, and I have 12 big blinds, so I need to get some hands going here. Oh boy, pair of queens up against a king. Florida Joe has lost his mojo. He probably should have gone all in with those queens. Hindsight. Anyway, I'm going to fold my queen deuce. Went to the store this morning to buy a few Mega Million tickets and a few Powerball tickets. As you may know, those jackpots are way, way up there in the hundreds of millions. And they have a machine at the convenience store near me. And so I put $10 in and bought 5 quick pick Mega Million tickets. Yeah, I put $10 in and I bought 5 Mega Million tickets. Then I put another $10 in and thought that I bought 5 Powerball tickets. Well, I get home and I have 10 Mega Million tickets and no Powerball tickets. So it could be a stroke of luck. I don't know which one of these tickets came out first, but I'm gonna have to go back tomorrow and get the Powerball tickets. I don't really play much lotto, but when the jackpots get this big, I mean, how can you not afford to spend $20? Gosh, now I got a 3-4. I'd love to get a free flop here. Uh, yeah, what do you know? Free flop. Well, I have 3 clubs, but I'm going to fold them. That's a pretty bold bet for the guy in first position. Um, and he 4-bet after this guy 3-bet, so I have to believe he had a jack or something. Okay, now I'm 12th of 13th place. I'm in the small blind with a king 10. This guy has raised. There's 3 callers. Um, I was thinking about going all in, but I'm just going to call. Ugh, yucky. Um, should I go all in? No, I'm just going to check. Okay, and I'll back out of here. Before I get knocked out of here, I want to talk a little bit more about the leaderboard on here. Um, Alongside of the player's name, it shows you if they have rebought. And I'm looking at it here at the final 13 players, and one guy has bought in 3 times, another one has bought in twice. I don't usually rebuy, and I didn't here, but I played with a guy, and I've seen him in several tournaments. He buys in constantly. I've seen tournaments where he bought in 15 times. I mean, most of these tournaments, you can't win any money, even if you win if you buy in 15 times. Anyway, it takes all kinds of people, and just responsible. Be responsible when you gamble. Don't get carried away. Um, I mean, 15 rebuys. Like I say, I've seen guys with 4 and 5. Never seen anybody with 15 before. And anyway, I'm 11th to 12th here. I'm down to 6 big blinds. I'm looking at the big blind, the hand after next. Gosh, of the 12 players that are left, I'm in 11th. The guy in 9th and 10th aren't that much further ahead of me. So, I mean, I'm still going to need to win a hand, or at least collect the antes, in order to get to the final table. I'm going to do my best to do that for you folks, and for me too. Oh no, man. We got a 5-minute break. Okay, I might take a break. I'll be back because I'm gonna record this tournament till the bitter end. Win, lose, or draw. 3 minutes. Okay, you can still hear me. I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go back to this this WSOP hand where the jacks are all in against the queens and the kings. Um, the guy with the queens has a big stack. Yep, he's not all in, but the guys with the kings and the jacks are both all in. So anyway, here we go. It's Weinman, Aguilera, and Payne. Payne has kings, Aguilera has queens, and Weinman has jacks. Somebody's going to like this flop. Oh boy. Flop comes ace, 7, 4. Advantage kings. The jacks. There's a jack on the river. Or no, at the turn. We still have the river. And there's 3 hearts up there, but nobody has a heart. The 3 the 3 comes on the river. Anyway, so Wyman takes the pot down. Payne hits the road, and Aguilera is still in there with 12 million. That's that was pretty amazing. Anyway, this video has been up for 58 minutes now. There's a minute and 2 seconds left on the blind. I'm in 11th out of 12th place, and like I say, that the difference between me and 11th place is wait a minute, I'm in 12th out of 12th. This board here is wrong. The other board is correct. It doesn't really make a difference, but I mean, if you win a hand or lose a hand, um, then this figure gets way out of whack. And anyway, yeah, even on this now, it says the smallest stack is 490,000. Well, I've got the smallest stack, and I've got 674,000. So this board is wrong. Okay, now I have an A7. What do you do here? 12th out of 12th. I'm going all in. Hope I can get either take the pot down or at least get heads up with somebody. I'm up against my ace 7 against a jack 10. And there's a pair of sevens. I got a 3 sevens. What do you know? I hit 3 sevens. I'm looking at the ace thinking that's my only hope, and I hit 3 sevens. So anyway, there's new grass on the field. Now I'm in the big blind with a 9-7 offsuit. And Florida Joe's gone all in. I'll let him have it. I'm up to 1.4 million chips, which is 14 big blinds. And Florida Joe just sent me a little package. I have a 2-8. I'm going to fold it. There's not much you can do with a 2-8 except bluff. And I don't want to bluff because, now that I paid the blinds, Um, I can. I have one, two, three, four more hands without paying anything more than a small ante. I've got a 6-8 suited. Some guys love that. I don't. I'm gonna fold it. But I'm in any king, any ace territory. I've moved up to ninth place, so I need to get to eighth to make the final table. But as far as money goes, 12th pays 12th place pays 46 cents. Ninth is 72. No, ninth is 54. Eighth is 72. First place is $6.08. So obviously, I want to finish as high as I can. Fifth place is actually seventh place or better pays over $1. That's where I want to be. And I won't get there calling with a 10-7. I have 13 big blinds. The guy that's in 12th bought in twice. The guy who's in sixth place bought in 3 times. Now I've got a pair of eights. I'm in first position. I'm going all in. Eights are good cards. You know, nobody wants to lose a million chips, 1.3 million. So my best option there was to go all in, and it worked. Now I've got a king jack suited. So I'm going to, I might even, should I call or should I go all in? I'm going to go all in with it. Florida Joe calls with an 8-7 suited. I've got an ace, king, queen, jack of clubs. And I get a king. Yes, baby. I had a royal flush draw there. I had a straight flush earlier today. Swear to God. Uh, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack. Now, I've got an ace 5, ace deuce. I'm going to call. I probably should have gone all in. But now I'm going to bet 3/4 of the pot. That kind of goes with just a call bet. Okay, so I'm on a roll now. I'm in. I'm up to sixth place, and I have an ace king. I'm on a roll, and I'm gonna go all in. Should I go all in or should I just call? I'm going all in. I want to get this guy heads up. 7 queen. Anything except a queen, or okay, cool. I'm on a heater. I knocked another guy out. Alrighty. Now you can give me a 2-5, and I'll fold it. I'm up to third place now. This is exciting. This is kind of the way you hope poker goes. Get hot when you need to, and just be patient when you're not. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, at least at this point, I've got 4.2 million, and getting to the final table should not be a problem. Although, anybody can double up here at this point, and there's 5 players at this table. There must be 6 at the other table. I look forward to getting to the where we're all at one table. Okay, I'm gonna fold my Queen Seven of Hearts. Mr. Brown and Family Guy. So Mr. Brown is over here tooting his horn, says that he has something. Family Guy says I have something too. So now, who's gonna take this down? Holy cow! Family Guy. Man, I gotta make a note of that. He slow plays King King. Watch out for him. And I'm gonna give up my big blind rather than call raise. I'll give up my queen two as well. I have 33 big blinds, so I'm not under pressure to do anything except wait for good cards or a good opportunity to bluff. Well, would I like to get back in with a 4 flush? Yeah, but I'd have a 4 flush and an inside straight draw. But there's a pair on the board. That means there could be a full house out there. And a flush. Okay, here we go. Ace King all in. Ace King suited. Yeah, I'd rather go all in than have somebody draw. And now, what do I do? I'm gonna bet half the pot, and I have the top pair. So I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna go all in. For okay, this is how I like to roll. I didn't move much, but I picked up a few extra big blinds. I have a 10-6 suited. Let these guys know I'm hot, and I'll just check. Wow. Jack 10, 9, 8, 7. I need a 9. I need a 9. Or possibly, right. Well, see, now he slow plays king, king. But I'll call one time. If I get a 9 or a spade, 9 or a spade, um, I'm in good shape. Oh boy. Now what do I do? I'm just going to check. I have to believe he's got me. Um, so I'm going to fold. But gosh, I had plenty of chips. It's worth it for me to do that. I didn't lose any position in the tournament. I keep having to fold to Mr. Brown. He's not that nice of a guy. Okay. Now I'm going to bet half the pot. Me and Florida Joe are going to have to go up against. No, by golly. At least I've got some respect here. This I could. Wow. I'm gonna I'm gonna bet the pot rather than go all in here. I'm gonna bet the pot. And and I'll call Mr. Brown. Here we go. Ace King, Ace King. Okay. There's no flushes up there. It's a split. So I actually made a little money. We split the blinds. Yeah, getting back to what I said about the at the beginning of this video about the number of levels of rebuy at these tournaments. Like I say, this is a $15 guaranteed tournament. The reason that they have rebuys is so that they don't get, so that the house doesn't lose on the guaranteed thing. But this prize pool's up to $28.90. So I mean, if they cut the number of rebuy levels in half, they'd still be ahead. And I think the players would be a lot happier. Anyway, I have a dirty diaper here. If Rigby's watching, and the only reason I have it is because I'm in the big blind and nobody raised. And okay, so we got a little action going here. I don't have any notes on this guy. My note on this guy is he slow plays a king king. So well, I have to call with a king queen. This guy just, of course, he was in a small blind, but he called with a king seven. I'm going to go all in here. I don't care what these guys say. with two clubs up there and a king and a jack, I got to push my queens or my kings. Now I have an ace five suited. This is worth a call. I'm just going to call. I'm not going to raise. I'm going to give everybody a shot at this. If somebody wants to raise me out, they can do that. But well, I have to believe he's got a king, and he could be slow playing his king. So I'm going to fold. Even though I had an inside straight draw, an overcard, and a backdoor flush draw, I just didn't see any reason for me to continue in that one. We're slowly down to 11 players, and one guy's he's got to be almost in. He's down to no, actually we're down to 10 players now. I'm in second. I've moved up to second. Yeah, I've been in the money a bunch of times at America's Card Room. I've only won one tournament before, so this is if I win here, this would be my second tournament. Um, I believe the other tournament I won was a free roll. I can't really remember, but I've got a king deuce. I'm in the first position. I'm going to fold. There's only 5 players at this table, and I just didn't want to get put in a position where I had to call a big raise. And now I've got a 10-9 suit. Phil Hellmuth, these are your cards, man. I'll draw to them, but I won't call a raise. And I'm going to hesitate here a little bit. I have a backdoor flush draw. Yeah, I don't really blame him for betting. Could be a value bet, could be a bluff, but I need runner to get anything, and I could be drawing dead. So now I've got a king 10 suited. Mr. Brown, I'm going to call this time. Actually, I'm going to raise. No, I'm just going to call. I'm going to call Family Guy's raise. Well, like I say, Family Guy, my note on him is he slow plays a king. So, again, I would need a runner to get a nut flush or a straight, nut straight. It was worth it for me to call. Now I've got a pair of fives. I'm going to bet the pot. These guys don't want to go out at this point. I'm going to bet the pot again. Florida Joe. I've got 2 pair. He's going all in. He says he's got my 5 speed. He's got a 4-6. And there's a jack. Florida Joe, see you, buddy. You know, in a 5-handed table, a pair of fives has got to be good. I'm going to bet the pot here. I'm on a roll. I've got an ace king suited. Um, I should show him. I'll just turn on my little fire hat here. Anyway, we're down to hand play because the next person goes out, um, takes ninth place, and the rest of us go to the final table. I presume that will be me because I'm now in first place. Um, anyway, ninth place pays 54 cents, and eighth or better place pays 72 cents. I don't want to do anything stupid here. I have a 2.2 million chip lead over second place. I can flex my muscles, but I've been real happy just to flex my muscles when I had good cards. Which is usually what I do. So if you're watching this and you get up against me in the table, remember that. Yeah, I've got the respect. How much time have we got? 8 minutes left in this blind. Oh gosh. Some people would play this on the button. I'm not going to. But Mr. Brown's gone all in. I'm glad I didn't decide. I didn't try to play that. I think I read it on Twitter today. Somebody said that the only way to play poker is to just have no regard for money. And I think that's true in a way, but I mean, you have to, these chips that they were playing with are money because, you know, the amount of chips that you have at the end of the game, whether you break out before the bubble or after the bubble, or you're the one holding all the chips, it matters. But the thing about tournaments is everybody starts with the same number of chips. And unless you rebuy, um, then nobody has an advantage. And of course, the guys that rebuy, they're putting in an extra entry fee. And some people get carried away. I mean, I've rebought numerous times, but you know, you have to do the math before you rebuy. You know, is it just are you just better off waiting for the next tournament? I think so, especially because I I'm going to raise here. Mr. Brown doesn't want to go out in ninth place. Um, he's going all in. That's a pretty good pretty good reaction. I've got a king four. Um, I'm just gonna fold and hopefully set them up. I'm gonna raise again. Ah, oh boy, look at that. He's This is either a hell of a bluff, um, but I'm not going to call. I've got an inside straight draw. Um, I'm going to fold. I feel kind of silly not being able to follow through on any of these hands. Um, I still have a 1.7 million chip lead, and I'd really like to go into the final table with the lead. So I know none of these guys wants to bust out ninth, but by the same token, they'd they'd all love to double up. So I'm going to check with my queen seven. There's a pair of sevens. Backdoor straight draw. I'll just check. I say family guy here. Now I have an open end straight. And the family guy, like I say, I'm kind of afraid of him. I'm just going to check. And he could have me, I could be drawing dead. So I'm going to fold. This is not how I want to go into the final table. It's taking forever to get that ninth guy out. Oh, there we go. All righty. Well, folks, we're at the final table now. I have the chip lead. I have a 1.3 million chip lead with a jack eight of clubs. I'm going to fold them. Family Guy's been my nemesis here. Um, the jack eight isn't bad. The top pair of eights would be good, but there's a four flush out there. And, like I say, Family Guy here, slow plays a king. So, but Bookie Boy doesn't know that. Well, see, look at that. He checked, he called, and then he came back and bet. So this tournament's been 4 hours and 27 minutes. I've been recording it for an hour and a half. I'm getting hoarse. Up here at the top of the table, they're asking if I want a deal or if I want to skip the break. When's the break? Next break's 23 minutes, 22 minutes. All things considered, I'd just love to knock these people out and get it over with. You know, that, like I say, this is micro stakes. It costs 11 cents to get in here, but the reason I play and the reason I'm sure all these other people play is they like to play poker. And, I played for play money at Poker Stars for a couple of years before I started playing here. And before that, I played years ago. I played at Paradise Poker, and I actually won a trip to the World Series of Poker at Paradise Poker through some free satellite tournaments. They had a series of satellites that led to eventually to a tournament for what turned out to be three main event packages, where we got $2,000 for expenses and $10,000 for the entry fee. And back then, I would have taken the entry fee rather than go play the World Series of Poker, but they wouldn't do that. So I went to Vegas. I stayed in the Lucky Lady Hotel, which is right down the street from Binion's, which is where the 2004 World Series of Poker was played. That was the last year it was played there. I finished 428th, which wasn't in the money. I thought there were about 8,000 players, but I think there was only 2,800 back then. And anyway, but yeah, to get 425th now pays about $40,000. But and hotel rooms have gone through the roof. I probably paid $29 or $39 in 2004 for my hotel room at the Lucky Lady. I believe that place has been torn down. But anyway, I was thinking about going to Vegas and playing in the senior tournaments. And if I did well, I was gonna roll it into a main event ticket. But when I found out about the hotel rooms were $300 and up, and that's just for the room, right? Then the resort fee is double that, or the resort fee is equal to that. So anyway, and actually when I first started checking prices, they seemed to be reasonable, and but they were taking reservations with a 48-hour cancellation clause, and so people just kept making reservations, and the hotels were full with reservations, so they jacked their rates up. And I don't know what happened by the time the main event came around, but anyway, I just couldn't deal with it, and I actually I actually found a gal that would have rented me a room for 100 in her house for $100 a night, but then it was about that time when I realized that I could play poker for real money at America's Card Room. So I said, screw that. I'm much more comfortable playing online than I am, driving to Vegas and having to deal with all that. I like to play online. I'm sitting right here next to my kitchen, right next to my bathroom. Uh, I have a swamp cooler blowing on me. Now, what do I do here? He's raised, so I'm going to fold. I'm down to second place. I'm talking about other things here. But the good news is we're down to 7 players. Now I have an ace-5 suited. I'm on the button. Um, I will do a minimum raise, and I'll probably call a minimum raise. If somebody goes all in, I probably won't call. Well, actually, this guy's pretty much, this guy's made a huge raise. Um, so I'm going to fold. Well, look at that. Paulina. Yeah, this is the guy that's winning the tournament, and he just flopped a straight. What? Wait, I didn't see that. What? Oh, he flopped a straight, but he lost to a full house. Okay. Now I have deuces. I won a big hand with these earlier. I'm just going to do a minimum raise. And I'm probably going to follow this up with a minimum raise, half the pot. No, I'm not. Um, I'm going to fold. I'm going to fold. I hope that Bookie Boy's got something. Well, he's going all in. It's interesting. Oh my God. So, all right. Well, I guess I can make a note on this guy that he's a bluffer. I think it's fair to assume that if somebody bets and they fold to a raise, that they're a bluffer, right? Anyway, I see a lot of people making minimum raises at America's Poker Room and folding to a 3-bet. Generally, if I make a raise, I'll call a bet a raise. But so now I'm just going to call and see what happens. I got a pair of fours. I'd love to see a flop. This guy's a flush chaser, and so at this point, I'm going to go all in. See if I can't get him heads up. Okay, so now okay, I need a 4. I need a 4 as long as I beat this guy. Okay, well, that didn't work out. It could have been worse, but I'm now in 5th place. I'm in the big blind with a crappy 2-4. And rather than chase this, I'll just fold. All in on Mr. Brown and the bookie. Well, the bookie boy's all in. I didn't realize that, but oh, look at that. Well, bookie boy's all in again. I'll let somebody else knock him out if they can. Look at that. Bookie boy's working his way back up from the bottom. Still got a long way to go, but yeah, there's a lot of shifting in the stacks going on here. Okay, now we got three guys all in. I hope two of them get knocked out. And but Bookie Boy survives another one. Family Guy's out. Okay, I'm gonna snap raise King Jack suited. No, actually they aren't suited. They're I have the King Jack, but they're not suited. I'm gonna bet the pot. I have a straight draw. Oh boy, a pair of deuces. What do you do with this? Um, I'm gonna raise. I feel like Rigby with his dirty diaper. Although a pair of twos are a little better than a dirty diaper, but not much. Man, I have to fold. I'm currently in fourth place. Now I have an ace jack suited. I'm gonna bet the pot. Okay, boys. I think you're out, buddy. Three queens and a four. Well, Bookie Boy really played well there to take sixth place. Okay, what do you know? I'm gonna call this. Now I have the top pair with a backdoor flush draw and a straight draw. I mean, I'm gonna go all in. Sometimes you gotta use a little muscle. Now I'll fold. I'm back up in the second. Um, and I'm guaranteed at least fifth. So that's $1.67 for this 1 hour and 44 minute video. You know, like I say, it's not the money, it's the prestige. And some final table experience. Um, I've had a lot of final table experience at Poker Stars, but I don't have here at America's Card Room yet. Well, fortunes are shifting. Now I've got the ace deuce and the big blind here. These guys are full. Ace five against pair of jacks. Well, I would have taken half that pot, but iron arm is out. So the 5 minute break is coming soon. You can vote to skip it. Okay, got it. Okay, skip the break. Please skip the break, guys. It's getting old. King five's worth a raise. And I'm going to call him. Oh, ace queen, I need to get lucky, real lucky. Not going to happen. A 4-0. Yes! Oh my God. That was sick. Sorry, Mr. Brown, but folks, you saw it. You saw it. Sometimes the guy's got to get lucky. Um, and now I've got a king eight. I'm going to raise. We're down to 3 players. I'm not going to go all in, though. Oh, he's a flush chaser. No, I'm not going to. I'm in third place. Um, I'm going to call him. He's got a pair of sixes. I need a king or an eight. What do you know? Make my note here. It was all in with the sixes. Oh, in 6-6. Okay. I'm going to fold my 3-9. So here I am in first place with a dirty diaper. And Rigby would probably call with this, but I'm not going to. I've got a king 3 suited. That's worth a call. And I'm going to check to him. I think I've got the winner at this point, but I'm just going to call. I'm going to check. I bet the pot. I'm gonna fold here. I should probably call with everything, but now, king queen isn't bad. Or I mean, a queen jack isn't bad with three players. But the thing is that this guy's on his last legs here, radical. So I'm gonna call, and it's up to us two to knock him out. I've got a four flush and an ace kicker. Um, I'm gonna fold. Like I say, our number one goal is to get this guy out, and I'm gonna fold with a 10-8. See, the blinds are eating this guy up here. It's king three. This could be it. Isn't that something? Radical, radical. That's funny. I called with a jack six just because he was so weak. You know, um, I still have a commanding lead, but I'm gonna raise. Now I've got two pair. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him again. Yeah, well, never bluff a guy with a bigger stack. And I'm gonna go all in here. I know he doesn't want to go out in third place, but I mean, I have an ace queen. Come on. Now I'm gonna bow out of this one. I'll let Paulino have her crack at him. 9-8. What do you do here? Um, I'm gonna call, and I'll call us all in. I need help. I need to pair up. There we go. 9. I need to block. Okay. Yeah, when you get down to three players, I mean, you're the chip leader. You gotta take advantage of it. And I keep calling this guy Paulino. He's from Brazil. It's P Solino. I, so I didn't mean to disrespect him, but it looks like Paulino. And well, if he had a jack, he would have bet there. But he could have something. That, so I'm just gonna check. I'm pretty sure. Oh, what the heck happened there? Oh, he had a better kicker. Oh boy. Okay. I didn't realize that. So he picked up a couple million there. Um, I'm gonna fold. I haven't made any notes on this guy. I should have been. Um, he's been a good player. Um, that's all I can say. He had the chip lead at one point. I don't need a cooler at this point, but um, I'll just fold. When I have really crappy cards, I don't want to put any more into the pot than I have to. When I get an ace, I'm going to raise, and I'm going to call. He's got a pair of eights. He's got three eights. Oh boy, he's going to double up here. Well, now he's got the advantage. Yeah, it was one thing to have a pair of eights, but to get a set like that on the flop. Now I've got a pair of eights. I'm going all in. He's got an ace. Give me a 10. Okay, well, he takes it. Come in second. I played that terribly, but this video's been 2 hours. So this is Laughlin 007 signing out. It's Friday, July 14th. Good luck, everybody.